It's a beautiful day here at the Chateau. The sun is out and it means that we can crack on with some of the jobs that we've wanted to get done outside for such a long time now. Now, I want to get that rendering finished, get it all done, out the way, so I'm not rendering anymore this year. I've had enough of it. I love it doing it for Tracy, but it's not a job I really enjoy doing. But it's done, hopefully today, and that'll be the end of it. We can get it painted, get the scaffolding down, that end will look lovely, because that is the first thing you see when you get to the actual chateau itself as you're driving up the drive. Now, some of you were asking when we're going to get the backside done. It'll be next year now. Now, just to put into perspective, that end of the actual cottage itself took over 20 bags of render to do the like whole wall in its entirety. This backside needs probably about 3. There's very little to do here. There's not much damage on it. It's mainly infill around the windows where we've done things. So it'll just be doing that, and that's it. So I'll save that for next year. It's not a major job. I won't even need the scaffolding up for that one. It'll literally be a case I can do everything on ladders, which isn't too bad, so I can enjoy that. And then one of the jobs that you guys have waited for so long. Now, lots of you ask, probably every video we get asked this question, are we going to get on with it? And yes, we are going to get on with it. We are finally going to get there with it. We're starting the works on it. So you'll find out later in the video exactly what that's going to be. But other than that, we'll be out in the gardens. We've got plants getting delivered. We've got all sorts going on. And we just need to get everything prepped. Karen and Shane get here this week. So it's important we get as much done as we can to actually prepare everything so we can just crack on when they get here. So along with the outside work, there'll be bits going on inside, getting the salon, billiard, dining room all sorted out as well, getting that all prepped so we can start with the next phase of that, which are going to be really exciting. So there's so much to do. We better crack on. Well, first lot of plants have arrived just before Karen and Shane get here. So these are basically stuff that we couldn't pick out in the local garden centre, so it's a bit more specialised, a bit different to what we've done out the back. Obviously pretty much everything we did out the back was stuff we got locally or not too far away, whereas this has all had to be delivered in because there were specific plants Shane wanted, and we needed them for a specific reason as well. Now the majority of these plants are to go in the predominantly shaded areas around the edges of the garden, and it's just to give it that dash of colour and scent and attract wildlife in and everything else. But it will look nice, but it will be very different to how the back looks as well. Out of all these though, I've picked this one, and this is absolutely incredible. It's called Agastache Blue Boar or Indian Blue Mint, and I can't tell you, the flowers are stunning anyway. They look like miniature little bluebells, and they're quite big for what you normally get on mint, but the scent is incredible. It's such a shame that you can't smell it, because just brushing it, just the wind moving it, you can smell it. It's so fresh and such a clean smell. So really excited now. So it is an incredible plant, but lovely having all these. However, Karen and Shane aren't here for a couple of days yet, so these are going to go and sit back in, get a nice watering, and we'll get back on with doing some more work. we hope you're all happy now. Look at that. I wonder what we're doing. Is it just to do the lights maybe? No, obviously we're getting on with the awnings, and it's something that all of you guys have wanted done for so long. But not you guys, us. We've wanted it done as well. I think that's why we've been so frustrated with it. It was never a case we were going to leave them as they were. It was always going to be a case that they were going to be restored. It just when time, budget, everything else allowed, and we're at a point now where we can start looking at getting this done. So this isn't going to be a quick process. This isn't something that's going to be done in the next couple of weeks. This is going to take a few months all in to get completely sorted. Now, first off, we need to get all sanded back to the bare metal, get it painted, get it protected so that we've got these for the next couple of 100 years, hopefully. And that's no mean feat. That's why we've got scaffolding up. It can't be done on ladders. There's going to be a lot of work involved in actually just taking it back to how we need it. Now, on top of that, we have the glass company coming out. Our amazing glass company are going to be here on the 20th of this month, I believe, to measure up the actual panes themselves. Now, there's quite a few panes, and we wanted in, I think it's bubbled Georgian glass with the mesh through it, which is going to look absolutely beautiful, and the glass factory does that. So they're going to send a technician out to measure it all up. They're also going to be the ones to install it. Now, that isn't our choice, that's their choice. With it being where it is, they take responsibility for that in its entirety. So it'll be a case it will be getting done, but there's a lot of work before it's actually going to get to that point. And with the amount of pieces of glass for each of the actual awnings itself, each piece is going to be different. Metals are going to have warped. It's going to have to be done very precisely. So it's not going to be a quick job. The glass factory's not going to be quick about it. It took us 8 months to get a dielectric mirror. So God knows how long it's going to take to get our beautiful glass for this. Hopefully not that long. We're praying not that long, and the scaffold definitely won't be staying up that long. So it'll be a case that you might see this go up and down a couple of times before these are actually done, but we are starting the process. It is in the process. So there'll be no more yawning about the awning t-shirt. It'll be fawning over the awnings instead. So let's crack on and do some more work. We're up here on the 3rd floor, which we never show you guys really, but it's for a good reason. We've been putting our little Bambu Lab X1 carbon through its paces the last few weeks. Now, we obviously need to create a lot of mouldings for the Grand Salon, which we've been on with, and this has been going overtime, 24 hours a day, just to get us to that point where we can start getting them all painted up and actually put on the ceilings as well. But we love this piece of kit. It is an absolutely superb piece of kit. Now, we've been trialing around with different things. Obviously, we're not going copper, but if we were going copper, look how good this looks. The actual effect of it, everything, we could actually use that as is. We wouldn't need to paint it or do anything. However, we don't have the gold, the exact gold that we want, because it is quite an exact gold that we're wanting in there. But the amount of different reels and colours we've got, we can print it off in different colours. So the reels, again, are just, they're so cheap and it's so affordable. But what this means is, because we've got these, bear in mind that we're going to have to print off realistically 400 of these, possibly 500 of them. Now, we're getting round about 70 to 80 to a reel. So if we say 400, that gives us what, 5 reels. So these each will cost us round about 15 to 20 pounds each, and we'd need 400 of them. So what's the math on that? 60 times 10, so that's like it's in the thousands. It is going into the thousands. Now think about what we're doing here, because the reels are so cheap. You can get the reels from as little as £13.99. They sometimes even have bundles on as well, so you get like 10 reels for like 100 euros, which means the reels costing €10 each. These are costing us around 4 to 5 centimes each to print off, which is absolutely incredible. So it means that we can keep going with it, and we can get it done at an affordable rate with this amazing piece of kit. And like I say, it's up here on the 3rd floor. Now, if it was noisy, we have it running 24 hours a day. Our bedroom's just there. We wouldn't be able to do it. So it's absolutely perfect for everything that we need. So Terry wants some ornaments created for the Grand Salon, and we're going to push the Bambu Lab to its limits, see how big creation that we can actually make. So I'm going to set it to go, and we'll come back in a little bit and see if it's able to do it. Well, this has been going for quite some time now, but it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Now again, could you imagine how much it'd be to actually create something like this, to actually buy something like this beautiful and this detailed? Look at it, the actual detail in it and everything. Now, this took around about 10 hours to create, and it used half a reel, which means realistically this cost us €6 to make. Now, you show me a beautiful, beautiful griffin statue like that you can get in that much detail for €6, I'd be amazed. But what it means is we can paint it to our colour, to our style. We just did this because we had loads of yellow left. So we've been using through the colours that we don't need, knowing that we're going to paint it anyway. It really doesn't matter. But check out the link in the description. Bambu Lab have some amazing products, and the quality and the price is phenomenal. So let's go and get this painted. Well, things going on everywhere, as always, isn't there, Terry?
Jobs going on everywhere.
It's nice to see, though.
It's
good to see, and everything's moving forward nicely. I have finally finished the rendering.
It has. It's finally done after
6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Yeah, but the weather's been part of that as well.
Yeah, the weather's been a big part, and then we were away, and there was bits and bobs, and there was other reasons, and then they were out of stock of it. And
yeah, well, we've been busy in here, so we have been cracking on with getting the Corvin ready. Mm-hmm. So we've been patching up all of the gaps that were missing or broke, and it's not an easy task.
No, and I can't imagine it being a very pleasant task either.
No,
and then having to sand it down afterwards.
Yeah, but while we've been working on it, we actually made a bit of a discovery with the fact that the Corvin that's here is just a copy of what the original one was. So,
just done over it.
Yeah, so underneath we can actually see the original Corvin, and then at some point they've given it a skim over to give it this new shape.
Corvin.
Yeah, which is strange.
I have no idea what's going on over here.
Well, that's our little test that's been sat there for like 3 days.
And has just decided as we walked in the room
to come off. So we'll be able to
sure
show you
yet,
that. No.
Oh, are you keeping this a secret?
Yeah.
You're just keeping people tuned in.
Yeah.
You're very naughty, Terence.
We've been busy with a couple of other things as well.
And would you believe that this came out of a 3D printer? How good does it look?
It just looks amazing.
It really does look incredible. I can't believe that we 3D printed this angel.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Which is going to be perfect for this room.
Yeah. Again, just the cost of like something like that, something looking like that. How much would you pay for something like that in a Brigant?
I know. Well, even if we use it just as a statue, or can change it into a lamp, anything, it's going to be great.
Perfect.
Great. Yeah.
So well done, Bambu Lab.
To go with that, we have been testing paint colours. So,
how did that go?
Well, I think it looks fantastic.
I agree it does.
So,
we'll put it back on what has been on here for like
3 days.
3 days.
And decides to fall off as we film.
Just as we walk in and you see it. So yeah.
So, this is our idea. Now, we're going with this really dark green, blue, sapphire colour.
Lalacelle Emerald, someone said.
Yeah.
Should we call it Lalacelle Emerald?
Shall we?
We're going with Lalacelle Emerald for in here.
No.
And
then that one is called
just shh.
But we're going to have, obviously, the light blue is for all the pillar work and behind some of the detailing. And then the main bulk of the wall is going to be in this dark colour. And then obviously we're going to have a lot of gilding.
And I think we have to make a point of this one because there's going to be lots of comments. It's too dark, what are you doing? Because it is going to be covering the majority of these walls. However, this room has 6 windows in. It is fully south facing and it won't be dark. I promise you it will not be dark in here. And if anything, it'll be cosy. It'll just give it a nice feel, I think.
Well, yeah, we want it to be cosy. We've been trying it on the doors behind you there as well. Which, like I said, I think it's going to be really nice.
Yes, I think it looks lovely. It really does look nice.
Yeah.
And like I said, seeing it in the person, the camera never does these colours justice. So any of you that have been, you need to verify this for us in the comments because you'll know that what we show on camera is 10 times better in person, 100 times better in person.
Yes.
So when you see it, just reserve judgment. Terry has good taste. We know Terry has good taste.
It will work.
In Terry we trust.
Yeah. But yeah. That's it. So let us know what you think in the comments. Obviously, if you think the colour combination is going to work with our, what is it?
Lalacelle Emerald.
And our light blue and all of the gold work.
Yeah. But obviously this isn't staying there, is it either?
No, we're going to have different models.
We just want to see how the colours looked with the trim.
Yes.
What colour are you doing the ceiling? Now that's going to be the question.
Well, that's going to be gold as well.
All gold?
All gold.
The whole thing?
Well, and white.
Oh dear. Mm-hmm. So, well, that's the news to me as well, guys. So hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you got the bell click for notifications. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye. If you'd like to be part of our journey and help restore the chateau, then please join us on Patreon, where you'll be part of our journey, receive a piece of the history and get exclusive videos.